Hey, good Thursday evening, everybody. You know what time it is. It's time for the evening briefing. Good evening to you all. Hey, it is great to be with you. We got some great news breaking. We've gotten some boats out and they're catching rockfish. I'll get you up to date on all of that in a moment. The weather is finally starting to come down. The Channel Islands, even though they had some weather up there today, it's going to lay down for our Island Spirit trip tomorrow. And the Aloha Spirit, even in the weather today, had really good fishing. So did several other boats. It looks like rockfish season is finally here, mostly because this weather is starting to lay down. And you know how much it means to us when you hit that like button, so pound on it right now if you don't mind. Also, share these videos with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe to the Freedman Adventures YouTube channel and tick that little bell. You'll be notified when there is new content. Also, don't forget you can follow us over there on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Yes, the weather is finally starting to come down. As we look out here, it really is not that bad at all. It has come down substantially, and it's going to come down even more tomorrow. We've got that weather window of opportunity for our Island Spirit trip tomorrow. So now I am excited. The Aloha Spirit turned in over 200 rockfish here today, and they had some nice fat reds on that trip. That certainly bodes well for our Island Spirit trip. So all of you who are on that trip, man, I think we got this one. We got the weather. It's going to be on either side of us. There might be a little lump on the way out, but I think it's going to be nice. And remember to bring that variety of tackle. We could fish deep water. We could fish in the shallows. We could do both. So be prepared for both kinds of fishing. Don't go too crazy, but be prepared. And also, I didn't mention, but Daniel Hadaway, the captain, did say bring some sliding egg sinkers, like half-ounce sliders. If you got a few of those, bring those along with you. By the way, we've had 2 cancellations on tomorrow morning's trip, leaving from Ventura Sport Fishing, 6 a.m. in the morning. If you want those 2 spots, shoot me a text and I'll get you on there. 657-227-6459. I'll get you on that trip. We'll see you there at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. So everybody who's on the trip, I think I've talked to you all now. 5 a.m. at the landing, 6 a.m. departure. If we can get out a little bit early, we will definitely do that. And then we'll travel about 2 hours if we go to the west end of Santa Cruz Island. That's the game plan. Now, Mother Nature can change these things, but that's the game plan. We'll motor out to that area, and that just gives us a myriad of angling opportunities. Deep water, shallow water, drifting for a halibut or 2. It really gives us a myriad of different fishing experiences, and that's why I'm getting really high about this trip. It sounds so much better. I was a little pessimistic, to be honest with you. I didn't like the way the weather was going. No one was catching any fish. And now a ray of sunshine here today. It's looking pretty darn good. So I'll see all of you there. Now, let me talk to you a little bit, and you've already seen it, but re-emphasize that Max Nui, he runs the Pacific Voyager out of C4 Sport Fishing in San Diego. They pounded their brains out last night going down the Baja coast. So they leave out of San Diego, hang a left, and round down the Baja coast. I don't know how many miles. I think it was about 70 or so. And Max put the guys that were on board, 13 anglers, on some really wide open, excellent lingcod fishing. They end up with limits of lingcod, 65 lings in tremendous fishing. And right now, those poor guys, I'll tell you, they really sacrificed for this trip because they're pounding in to some pretty tough weather. When you're coming up from Baja up to San Diego, that can be a nasty ride sometimes. And there's a little residual swell and some wind still around, so they are pounding into it. But they're pounding into it with limits of lings, and that is great stuff. Way to go, Max. Thanks for keeping us in touch. I think Max has some trips this weekend. He's got a Cortez Bank trip that he's trying to run also here very, very soon. So check with C4 Sport Fishing, and they'll tell you all about the Pacific Voyager and Max Nui's trips coming up. All right, a little more local here now. How about we go down to Dana War Sport Fishing? We find a dear friend of the Freedman Adventures family, somebody who has donated reels to take for us to take to Mexico. give out to children down there and other poor folks. That is Susan Sosa. She found herself on the Some Fun at a Dana Wharf Sport Fishing today, and she said the red fishing, vermilion rockfish, nice fish, and lots of them. Easy limits on the vermilions, and they went off and tried to catch other bottom fish. The last time I heard, they were catching some bocaccio and other species in addition to limits of reds. They said, or I should say she said, Susan said, that it was just as good as you could possibly want it. So more good news. And there's other boats here out of LA that are doing much of the same, catching lots of rockfish. Don't forget, rockfish season has been closed for several months. It opened up April the 1st, but nobody was able to fish because of these fierce Southern California winds. That is all laid down, and now we're out catching fish. And I'm excited, I gotta admit, about our Island Spirit trip tomorrow. It's gonna be a lot of fun. By the way, I have just added another Island Spirit trip. May the 30th will be our last trip of the year, I think. Who knows? Our next trip, let's put it that way. May the 30th, the people on the trip tomorrow get first shot at it, and then I will introduce it to the public. So if you're interested in that trip, you're gonna have to wait until I offer it to everybody on the trip tomorrow, and then after that, I'll put it out to the public starting Saturday. You know, you can book that trip. So if you want to send me a text and say, hey, if you don't fill it with the guys on that trip tomorrow, I want to go, just send me a text. I'll get back to you. 657-227-6459. May the 30th, Island Spirit, Ventura Sport Fishing with Friedman Adventures. We already mentioned to you the Aloha Spirit did really, really well. Really great fishing for them today up there at Cisco Sport Fishing in Oxnard. We mentioned in the Some Fun had really good fishing. Max down the Baja Coast with good fishing. Native Sun is out also, and our dear friend Jolene Thompson is on board there. They're doing the halibut kind of slash rockfish, heavy emphasis on halibut, even some bass, but they're going to back it up with some rockfish. I have not heard from them yet so far. If I hear anything in post-production when I'm putting these videos together for you, I will drop a comment down below. But I haven't heard a word from Jolene, which doesn't surprise me about Jolene. And let me just tell you why. She's way too serious a fisherman to send me a note. She's really on her game, man. She's all about working hard, choosing a good hot bait, making sure she's got all the right tackle for these halibut, like 20-pound fluorocarbon, and maintaining contact with the bottom with your bait, fishing a heavy sinker like a 10-ounce sinker. She's all about that. I'm hoping they're having a great day, and I'm hoping that she's got one of the big flatfish on board. If they have any flatfish at all, we'll know a little bit later on in the day. So some really good signal and sign, my friends. I like what I'm seeing here on the evening update. Don't forget about the El Patron. She runs out of Long Beach Sport Fishing. Few more weeks for her to be ready to run. She's not quite ready yet, but she will be, and she'll be making that daily morning trip to beautiful Catalina Island. I love the El Patron. She does a great job. www.longbeachsportfishing.org. The Island Spirit runs out of Ventura Sport Fishing, and she'll be providing you with some fantastic rockfish opportunities. This weekend, the weather gets good, and then Monday, Tuesday, those days look really good. Island Spirit, VenturaSportFishing.com or 805-676-3474 to get on board the Island Spirit. I know you're going to love that. In the surf here this morning, I don't know if you remember on the morning briefing, but Anthony was here. He was just getting ready to make a cast with some Berkeley camo sandworm. Am I saying this right? Because I'm getting confused right now. The Gulp product that Berkeley makes, the camo sandworm color. And I walked away and he caught a fish right after. As I remember, that was a walleye perch, I think. A little small perch, and he didn't catch anything after that, but at least he got a fish here in the SoCal surf this morning. Things are trying to pick up a little bit, but you know, this water temp's pretty darn cold right now. We'll have to wait and see on that. Big fish bait and tackle right there. You can walk there from where I'm standing. Big fish bait and tackle has it all. Big game tuna stuff, marlin stuff, and of course they are Southern California surf fishing headquarters, giving away a free, custom, beautiful surf fishing rod every single month of the year. All you got to do, go in there and buy that ruler from them. They have a ruler that you're going to use to upload photos and or video to their Instagram page. And then if you have the biggest fish, you win the rod. Great stuff from Big Fish Bait and Tackle. All right, my friends, we're going to go into a much nicer weather scenario now. I like what's happening here. That is really great stuff. By the way, a lot of northbound gray whales coming up from the warm water lagoons of Baja California, returning to their home base up there in the Bering Seas of Alaska. So good stuff. I do see white termbirds here, and that's what I like. You see those white termbirds picking here in the surf, and I can see them flying. They're not picking, but when they start working and picking, see those guys right there? And when they start picking and start chirping, there's bait there. And if there's bait, there's fire. There's more fish, game fish, or corvina, or yellowfin croaker, halibut. It's really cool stuff to see that happening. All right, my friends, have a great one. Take good care of yourself. It's the evening briefing in the books. And don't forget, I'm going to try to come to you live from Ventura Sport Fishing tomorrow morning a couple of times. I'll try to do the morning briefing from up there. It's all contingent upon connectivity, whether we have a good signal or not. I'll try to do that. And then when we get in, why not an evening briefing from Ventura Sport Fishing, from the Island Spirit at the end of our trip. All right, hey, if you want to grab those two spots that just became available, 657-227-6459. Have a great one. We'll see you soon. Take care. And thanks for everything you do to make Freedman Adventures numero uno. Take care, my friends.